welcome to our Build Better Business online workshop series. This is delivered as part of the Western Downs Building Business Resilience program to support businesses across the Western Downs region to future-proof their businesses and become more resilient. The program has been supported by Shell Australia to promote a holistic approach to disaster resilience. In this first module, we'll start by setting the scene and talking about disasters and risks, what they are, and why it's so important for us as business owners to understand them. When we use the word disaster, many people immediately think of a natural event like a flood, a cyclone, or a bushfire. But the definition is much broader. The Australian Institute for Disaster Resilience defines a disaster as a serious disruption of the functioning of a community or society due to hazardous events interacting with conditions of exposure, vulnerability, and capacity, leading to human, material, economic, and environmental losses. So what does this mean for you as a business owner? It means that disasters can be big and visible, like a storm that forces you to shut your doors. But they can also be smaller, less obvious, like a sudden IT outage, a supply chain breakdown, or reputational damage from a negative social media post. To make sense of this, we use the 3 phases of crisis management. The first is pre-crisis phase, or prepare. This is where you identify risks and plan ahead so you're ready. It focuses on risk assessment, prevention, and planning to minimise the likelihood and impact of a crisis. This phase involves creating a crisis management plan, conducting training, and establishing communication protocols. Key activities that you could undertake include identifying potential crisis and conducting a risk assessment, developing a crisis communication plan and emergency procedures, training employees and leadership on their crisis roles, and establishing monitoring systems for early warning signs, for example, cash flow management and financial monitoring. The next phase is crisis or respond. This involves responding when a crisis occurs and requires immediate action to contain the damage or risk. It focuses on decision-making, communication, and operational responses. Key actions that you could undertake include alerting your relevant stakeholders, assessing the situation, and activating your plans. The third is the post-crisis or recover phase. Recovering from a crisis involves evaluating the crisis response, rebuilding operations, and restoring reputation. It focuses on learning from the crisis to improve future preparedness. Key actions that you could undertake include debrief, analyse what went well and what needs work, rebuild, restore trust with employees, customers and stakeholders, and update plans. Revise your crisis management policies and training based on lessons learned. Sometimes it may feel that crisis management is just many dominoes falling all at once. We want to try to alleviate this idea and ensure that you are planned for success. As we move through these videos, most of our focus will be on the first 2 phases, prepare and respond, because that's where you can be proactive. Thank you for listening to this workshop topic on what is disaster and risk in business. The next workshop module is on understanding and responding to risk. Be sure to keep following Western Downs Regional Council to view other resources and support programs. Stay resilient and take care.